But anybody's watching now, they shut up because they say, if it can happen to this guy, it can happen to me.
We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there.
So many people in music and Hollywood fear this guy, Diddy, as if he's untouchable.
Hello there, fam. More and more artists and known personalities are getting involved in Tupac's case. And guess what? Many of them are ready to drop Diddy, as he is now probably scrambling to keep his allies closer than ever. Although it has been decades since Tupac's death, it was only recently that there is some new progress in the case, making people talk about it again. I mean, fans, family, and friends never really forgot about what happened. It was just that justice was not on their side in the past years, making the real culprit behind this crime out of jail.
Say what you want to say, and to hell with the consequences. I think you feel better about yourself when you say what needs to be said at the time it needs to be said.
And we all know who is the most talked about when it comes to the possible suspect of what happened. Even though nothing is confirmed yet by the law enforcement, many people in the hip-hop community are firm on their belief that Diddy got something to do with it. Of course, just like me, you were also wondering why they were never really able to pin the incident on Puffy if he was the real mastermind. Well, it looks like his power, money, and influence helped him to get away from a lot of things, not just from this case. And since Keef D has been arrested already, it's only a matter of time until he tells the story of how involved Diddy is with what happened to Tupac. Not only that, but Suge Knight himself is likely going to testify against this dude.
So many people in music and Hollywood fear this guy, Diddy, as if he's untouchable.
Come on, this is on point. He acts like he could get away with anything. I mean, he is a well-known individual, especially in the rap community. Everyone seems to want to be on his good side as well. But gone were those days. Remember when his parties were something that many are looking forward to every year? That is not the case anymore, because let us admit it, he is really not as big as he used to be. Well, he may forever be remembered in the hip-hop industry, but he is not as popular on a worldwide scale. But yeah, even though that was the case, his connections still protect him from controversies and serious allegations as well. He had been accused of grooming artists like Usher and Justin Bieber, but nothing happened. No actions whatsoever was imposed on him. What he did to them, especially Usher, was not only creepy, but is also a serious crime. So, we've been getting hints from different artists about the possible involvement of Diddy in Tupac's drive-by shooting. Though they are not directly putting the blame on Diddy, they are still revealing interesting details that could point him at the scene. Yeah, just like Keef D and Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, Ice Cube also got something to say about the matter at hand. Apparently, new evidence has been discovered that could really be helpful in Tupac's case. Hearing about this, Diddy is probably worrying about his freedom. He might have gotten away with a lot of things in the past, but karma is slowly having its way to get him this time. Theories about Diddy hiring someone to take Tupac's life are suddenly resurfacing online once again, and we know how powerful the internet and social media is right now. Back then, only those who were really invested in what happened knew the details of it, but right now it is so easy to know things with just a click of a button.
But at the same time, these guys are very self-assured and they believe in the strength of their gang, and they're violent and willing to take action. So, they also, it's part of that gang life, and they kind of embrace that.
This is Greg, a retired LAPD officer who has been actively talking about some dark secrets of this industry. He even alleged that Tupac's death was all planned out. Even artists like Eminem have dropped some hints about Diddy's role in the case. Insiders are claiming that Ice Cube is ready to speak up about how Diddy covered up the crime and put the spotlight away from him when the incident was still fresh.
And we're under a federal umbrella. We're working a broader racketeering case. And on top of that, once we found out that the solicitation happened in LA, now we do have some justification for looking into it.
Former Officer Greg had been so invested in this case that he often talks about it. Not only that, but his own theory and investigation are all leading back to Diddy. Right now, people are talking about the possible collapse of Diddy's empire, since more and more friends and known artists are turning their backs on him because of his possible involvement in Tupac's death. Ice Cube is only one of the many people who are finding the courage to mention Diddy's name about this. Also, now that they are ready to talk about what they know, it is only safe to expect more known personalities will come forward when needed in the investigation. We do not know yet what would actually happen to Diddy if he will get investigated, tell his story, or get away unscathed once again, just like before. He surely still got the money and connections to take care of controversies like this. Eminem's controversial lyrics are suddenly making rounds online as well. People are saying that Eminem was implying that Diddy hired someone to shoot Tupac. What is more interesting is that Diddy simply dismissed it as a joke. If you've been following news about Diddy, you would probably know that he loves to dodge serious questions regarding accusations about him. You know what? People's imaginations are often running wild, but many of these theories also make so much sense. Some people are keen on the possibility that Diddy paid to channel money to Keefe D.
Puffy allegedly gave the money
I heard.
to Zip,
Yes.
and Zip was supposed to give the money to Keefe and them,
Yes.
but he never gave the money to him.
But thank God he never gave him the money, right? Think about it. If he gave the money, Puffy will be in prison now, money for hire, a murder for hire.
Apparently, there was this guy called Zip that was supposed to channel the money to Keefe D, but Keefe D never received the money for the hit because Zip ran away with it.
Hey, Keith, Metro Police, come over here. Hey, Metro Police, come over here, all right? Thanks, buddy. Come on over here. Appreciate your cooperation, okay? I'm gonna stand right here in front of the car. Yep. Nope, we're going to put it down. I know, hang on. Put that down for a second, all right?
A recent search warrant was issued by the police in Las Vegas for Keefe D. This was meant to uncover the truth behind the statements and stories that he had been talking about in the past. We all know that there are lots of people possibly involved here, but you see, Diddy is really holding up some power as well, considering that this is a high-profile case, yet he managed to get away from behind bars for decades.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
Oh, shit. Once you got the region, I got the junkie.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started shooting at Tupac and Suge.
Anyway, Keefe D is also Orlando Anderson's uncle. Remember him? He was the prime suspect in Tupac's drive-by shooting. In a documentary that was aired on Netflix, he said that a fellow passenger aimed the shot at Tupac. Everything that Keefe D will say from now on, especially in front of the court, would really be important in solving this case and giving justice to both Tupac and the people that support and love him. It might have taken a while to get to this breakthrough, but what matters now is that the case is progressing and justice is still on the horizon. This case really started with the East Coast-West Coast feud. The rivalry continued to be acknowledged by both coasts, making it easier to point fingers when chaos happens.
All right. So when can we do this?
When can you sign?
Show me the pen.
This is my pen right here.
We got a deal, baby.
Big Suge. Yeah.
A year before the incident happened, Tupac was offered to be signed on Death Row Records by Suge Knight, the co-founder himself. This was supposed to mend the differences between two coasts, but what they got is the death of both Tupac and Biggie. Many of them are determined to involve Diddy's name in this case. Everyone must have been so tired of seeing him get away from it all. But yeah, Diddy's freedom is now numbered because Keefe D is also in a tight spot already. People like Mike Tyson and Snoop Dogg probably know more than they let on. It was either they are being threatened to stay quiet, or they also do not want to get involved in the drama. No matter what the reason is, they are now here and ready to take a stand for their friend Tupac. I guess no one is really safe, especially those names who have been mentioned in this case. One way or another, the truth will come out. These people better make it clear which side they are on. I bet that there will be a lot of betrayal that is going to happen before this case comes to an end. Diddy should be wise now about who he is dealing with, because I do not think that his money is still enough to buy him freedom. So fam, is Ice Cube going to be a huge part of the investigation? Will his story and words bring light to this ongoing drama? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Spill that tea. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button if you're living for this whirlwind of drama, subscribe so you never miss a moment of celebrity scoop, and prepare yourselves for the next jaw-dropping episode. Until next time, stay fabulous. And now, check out this next story. Bye-bye!